Hello, dear followers, and in today's video, we will build the following exercise to learn how to connect Arduino with using the breadboard and how the breadboard works, how different parts are connected to each other. For today's project, we will have the blinking two LEDs simultaneously blinking left and right. So first, let me disconnect everything, show you everything that I'm going to use. I'm going to use four basic LEDs. White jumper wires are the breadboard and Arduino Mega 2560. Let's first go to the coding environment, Arduino IDE, and we will first start with opening a new sketch. And I will save this. I'll name it video exercise 1eng. So here is how Arduino code works. Everything that's written inside the function void setup is executed at the start of the code. Everything written in the void loop is continuously executed from top to bottom in a forever loop. First, let's do a simple exercise, a blinking LED from digital 13. To do that, I first need to declare to Arduino that I'm going to connect an output from pin 13. Then in the void loop, I turn 13 on. I leave it on. I add a delay to leave it on for 500 milliseconds. And then digital write 12 low. Please pay attention to uppercase, lowercase, and delay 500. This is gonna turn on the digital pin 13 for half a second and turn it off for half a second. We always first verify, and then we check that we are connected to the proper board, after which I upload. And we upload, and the upload is completed. After this, so let's go back to the board connections. Right now, the code is already uploaded to the board. To test if it works, I take one LED. It has a longer and shorter pin. The longer pin is the plus. The shorter pin is the GND or minus. I'm going to connect the longer pin to 13, the shorter pin to 12, and see that it turns on and off every half a second. Now let's start using the breadboard. So this is how breadboard connections work. At the edges, the entire horizontal line is connected to each other. Each of them is separate, and then the same here. The red, blue, plus, and minus are just to help you. In theory, they don't mean anything. They're just connected to each other. And in the center, the connections are vertical, and the two sides are disconnected from each other. So each line, all these 5 pins are connected to each other. Now, using this knowledge, let's connect the LED using the breadboard this time. I'm gonna bring the GND to the minus of the breadboard. And then I'm going to, my plus was digital 13. I'm going to bring digital 13 to the plus of the breadboard. Now the longer pin goes into the plus and the shorter one into a minus. So all of these are now a plus and minus. To demonstrate that, I'm gonna connect the other 4 LEDs the same way, longer to plus, shorter to minus. And here it is. Let me also show you how the center of the breadboard works. For this, I'm going to bring, for this, I will bring a GND into line 30, and I'll bring the digital 13 into the line 29. Now 29 is a plus, 30 is a minus. If I connect the longer pin to 29, the shorter one to 30, I again have a blinking LED. I might be able to fit a second one. This, again, shorter to 30, longer to 29. After this, let's try to do the following. Let's separate the 2 LEDs. One turns on, the other is off, and vice versa. To do this, I'm going to disconnect everything again, and I'm going to go back and edit the code. So now I'm going to connect the second LED, which I want to be independent from the first one. First, I'm going to tell the board in void setup that second LED is going to be connected from 12. And then every time we turn on 13, we turn off 12. And here, when we turn off 12, when we turn off 13, we turn on 12. Now, half a second, 13 on, 12 off, half a second, 13 off, 12 on, the other way around. I again verify, I again check my board, I again upload, done uploading. And right now the code is already in the board. I can come back to the board and start building my diagram. So first I'm going to bring a GND to here. Let me connect the 2 LEDs the following way. I will have the minus to 30 plus to 29. The other LED minus from 20 plus from 19. Let's first connect the minuses. So I'm going to take a minus from breadboard minus, bring it to line 30, and another minus from breadboard minus and line 20. Next, I will connect first LED from 13. It already starts blinking, and the second LED from 12. And now one is on, the other is off, and the other way around. Next, let's try to see how we can use the breadboard to do this same thing more efficiently. I'm going to disconnect everything, only leave the GND from the board to the minus of the breadboard. And here is a trick you can use. You can stretch the pins a little of this LED to directly connect the minus from the minus of the breadboard. So right now, one of the LEDs is connected to 30, the other one is connected to 15. And if I connect from 30 to digital 13, it starts blinking. And then from breadboard 15 to digital 12. And I have the same result using way less number of wires because the minuses are directly connected to the breadboard. Now let's try to add a second LED to each. To do this, I'm gonna connect the minus from a minus again and the plus from 25. And then for the other one, the minus will go to the minus and the plus will go to 10. So right now on the Arduino, we have only one 13 and we have only one 12. How can I connect the second LED to 13? So please pay attention to the fact that the entire row 30 is connected to digital 13 through this red jumper wire. So if I just bring a jumper from 30 to 25, now 25 also is connected to the digital 13. So these two turn on at the same time, and these two are connected to 13. This one is connected to 12. If I do the same and I bring a jumper from 15 to 10, and this is the final result of our exercise. To try on your own, please try to connect the 4 LEDs from 4 different digital pins on the board. They will share the same ground. The digital pins would be 13, 12, 11, 10. For this, you would need to modify the code also and upload it to the board. This will be all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.